Hey guys, just one more video. I wanted to talk about school and I forgot to. So, on Tuesday I had two lessons, one with sixth grade and one with third grade, and then and they both went well. It was my introduction lesson, which actually went a lot better than I thought. The kids were engaged, they were laughing, they were, impressed and like, wow, Americans do that? That's amazing. I didn't know they liked Pokemon. I didn't know that they can eat with chopsticks. So, kind of breaking down barriers that way was pretty cool. Um, and then the next day I had fifth grade and second grade. They were a little less responsive than my first day. I mean, sixth grade and third grade loved it. Fifth grade and second grade also loved it. Maybe they were more reserved. And then today, wow, I can't believe that was today. I had second grade, other class, along with first grade and fourth grade. Now, I'd stayed up until about 11 or 11:30 last night preparing a presentation on fruits because I was under the impression that because I did third grade on Tuesday, as like a it's not usually on Thursday, it's not usually on Tuesday. Um, but since I did that class, that means that today's class on Thursday, I was going to have to make up a whole new lesson since they had already done the introduction lesson. But when I got to school, immediately the vice principal was like, "Hey, so we need to make sure we do the second grade class today instead of third grade position, since you've already done that." So that was a huge relief. Cause it's a fine lesson, but we're not ready. So, but then today was second grade, first grade, and fourth grade, and man, like I got some really cool teachers. Some of them are more reserved and really mild mannered, and some of them are really funny and like playful and outgoing. So I really have some great teachers, and my vice principal's so awesome. I have to tell you, it is so nice and such a relief and such a blessing to be in an office scenario where the administrator, the main person, vice principal, cuts up and laughs and encourages the staff. Like kids will come into the office, like, "Excuse me, I'm coming in," and then she'll like cut jokes with them. And like if fourth grade, second grade teacher comes in to talk to her, like she's always there and she's smiling and she's laughing. And like I can't understand what they're saying all the time, but it's kind of like when you're just passing information, you could just leave it at that. But you can tell she kind of goes the extra mile to do like the, "Oh, but wouldn't it be funny if such and such happened?" And they would say, "Oh my gosh, that'd be crazy." And she says, "Oh, but wouldn't it be, well, that'd be hilarious." Like they just tack on these extra little nice gestures that I notice because I don't understand what they're saying, but I understand the ver non-verbal language of it. So it's really nice to be in this work environment, and everyone's encouraging and nice and understanding. They understand I've got a lot of adjustments. And even with Kyushoku, kids' lunch, public school lunch, that's taken me some adjustment. Usually I can eat like certain vegetables I can definitely enjoy. Certain meats I can definitely enjoy, but it's it's fewer whole fish than I expected. Yesterday was my first like little whole fish as part of the meal. It always has a soup, which is always mild, and it always has onions and mushrooms, and I'm okay with that. Today it actually had tomato, and the main protein had tomato too. And all the kids were coming up to me because part of my presentation I say, "Oh, I don't like tomatoes, I really don't." And a lot of the kids would come out to me and say, "Oh, it's got tomatoes in it." Not like taunting me, but like, "What are you gonna do?" Or like, "Are you gonna be okay?" Or "I want to see you eat a tomato, Sean. Let me see." Like they're very playful. Um, so that's awesome. But yeah, first week down. Tomorrow's just planning. I've scheduled appointments with some of my the older kids teachers, so that we can make an awesome plan for next week, and then we'll actually go into real lessons, not just introduction. Like luckily, the introduction lesson is all me, right? Is my presentation, and because it's all new information, they don't know anything about me. They're totally curious and interested, so I don't have to make a game out of it. But for what sports do you like, what fruits do you like, what do you want to be when you grow up. These topics, in order for them to use the target sentence, we have to make an activity or a game or something to get them involved, because you can't just preach to kids, you have to engage them, right? Um, so this was my first introductory PowerPoint week, and next week coming up is going to be my first like real lessons week, and then we'll be halfway through September. It'll be my birthday, and then yeah, it's just gonna be awesome. So I could definitely do this, and even though I know it's gonna be super cold, like I mentioned in my last video, when I was coming out of the supermarket and I just kind of look out in the distance like, whoa, these mountains are beautiful. And there's this like rich white mist coming down from the sky. Excuse me. I've been late night snacking. Yeah, I had some cheesecake. I had some all natural Cheetos, and I had some like a wafer cream bar. But it's like really close to bedtime, so I'll probably need to take a antacid or something. But whenever I look out at the scenery, it's so beautiful. And it really reminds me like, yeah, I could live here. Like, it's beautiful. Now, live here 10 years? I don't know about that, but like live here 2 or 3 years? I could do that. So, don't worry about me. Don't worry about me being cold and everything. Unless you want to send me a Dyson brand heat and cool fan. They're usually about $300 to $500. You're welcome to send me one. But don't worry about me getting the blues, being cold, because it's so beautiful and it's such a new experience with snow and like ice castles and snowmen and festivals and Christmas in Japan and New Year's in Japan. Um, I'm gonna be okay, so don't worry. But if you want to send me a $600 gift of a Dyson heat and cool fan, I can't stop you. Anyway, I love you guys. It's been a great first week, and then tomorrow's my. It seems like you're peeling an onion. You're peeling layers off of an onion, right? So this was 2 weeks ago. It was like my first time on an airplane in 3 years, and that was such a big moment. So I want to thank everybody for your support. You know how scary this was for me, and I did it. Like I remember being on the plane, like, wow, oh my gosh, I'm doing it. This thing I've been preparing for months. I'm doing it. And then I was at Tokyo Orientation. It's like, oh my gosh, I'm in Japan. I'm learning about how I'm going to do my job and I'm making friends. I'm doing it. And then I arrive in my town. I arrive in my apartment. It's like, wow, this is where I get to live. And I need to get my life set up. Okay, I'm currently getting my life set up. This is amazing. And then earlier this week, it was like, oh man, I'm doing my first introduction. I'm actually going in front of all the kids, like 200 or 300 kids, or maybe less, to give my introduction in front of everybody. I can't believe I'm really doing it. And then, today is the day when I finished all of my introduction classes. So it's really happening. It's really awesome. It's really an experience, and I'm so happy to be here. Um, yeah, it's good. uh, I haven't really been bored because there's always something to plan, or there's always something to like unwind from. Like, I wouldn't say culture shock, but like, it's just nice to relax. Um, and the train of thought I was doing was, I don't know, I'm sleepy. Good night, everyone. I love you.